Hello, this is Ling Chi, brush painting for beginners. And today we're going to introduce a little bit non-traditional way subject. And we are using sized Xuan paper. Usually they are using for Gongbi style, or they also call fine line detail style. So it's layered the colors and one layer at a time to achieve the depth. But today we're going to use this paper to paint spontaneous style. And it's an experiment, and I hope you will enjoy watching it. And we are using this, what we call vintage Xuan paper. We have a very few sheets left. If you are interested, and Evan will send it in a newsletter to tell you the promotion, you can buy some to try it. Otherwise, if you were into the Gongbi or fine line style, have some sized Xuan on hand, you are welcome to use those too. And I want to show you the difference between this paper and the current size Xuan, our premium size Xuan paper called shimmering. This one, that if Evan can take a close, it's much closer weaved and thicker paper than the newer one. Newer one is pretty thin, and then you can see the screen that they pull the paper from. So this paper that I'm using, it takes a lot easier to use washes on it. And then after today's subject, we will continue to feature this kind of paper on landscape. And so follow us, and then to see when we are going to start using it. And today I'm going to use the 3 brushes. The most important is the large orchid bamboo and large flow and twig brush. So you can substitute the twig with some of your line brushes. And the subject we are going to do is Dahlia. And you can find this on the paper version of our OAS Marie's combo set. It's our cover, and this was done years ago. So if you wanted to have a paper copy, and then in this particular one, we have also samples of other simple subject like lotus, pumpkin, eggplant, and roses and poinsettia, sunflower, grapes, and poppy. So this, we're talking, the set was written for a long time ago when we people want to know how to use Marie's watercolor. And this also related, what we're going to have a virtual session on color mixing. And I will touch upon all different brand, different kind of color, how do you use them, how to prepare them. And this is a very important, informative session. If you are interested, please watch our newsletter. And I think it's coming up this Friday, which is September, haven't given me the date.
24th.
September 24th, what time?
3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time.
So it's 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So get the information from OAS if you're interested. The color, we're going to use bright light color today. And I have a sample painting here. So we'll use, for the flower, we'll use carmine and rouge. Carmine and rouge. And for the leaves and stamen, we're going to use the yellow and indigo. For the bottom leaves, we're going to use black, emerald green, and ink. So first, we're pulling the rouge and carmine. So on the color preparation session we're going to have on this Friday, we will talk about that. How do we mixing color? Usually, the best result is marrying two colors. So now I'm marrying rouge into the carmine. So you can see the carmine is not as harsh. And then I add a little bit carmine into the rouge. So this is my flower. And then I will have indigo with yellow for our green. And I have a little bit yellow. Yellow is not clean. With our white for the center of the flower. So if you don't have the bright light color, you can use any of your gouache white, which I think is more intense than the bright lights white. So here is my green, mix well. And then I'll use emerald green in the bright light color without black. This mixture is important that later on when we do a lot of landscape. So this becomes my dark green for the bottom of the leaf. So I'm using the Twig brush, or if you have your favorite small brush, line brush, I'm doing the center of the flower. Right here. You can see that I'm not using the green kind of puddles up. That's the character of this paper. This is my center. And then I'm using the yellow and white. For the center. So I'm tip the carmine mix that I had, carmine and rouge, and I'm dipping a little bit with them. This paper, the moisture is a lot more forgiving than your Xuan paper. So my brush is a little bit on the wetter side. So I started with from the back to the, from outside to center. So you can see I'm leaving the middle a little bit open. Then I'm using the rouge. So they kind of puddle us up, but I can play with it. So if you're frustrated with your moisture control on the traditional Xuan paper, you might have a good time with this. And then I do the outside petal. And I'm using the green. Now I'm using large flow brush. Use the green and tip a little bit my dark green and blend. So this is my bud. Okay, I'm using my large flow brush. Dip with my green, dark green. And I will use some ink. So this brush, this paper will give you this dry texture look. Then I use my Twig brush with a green, a little bit dark green mixed. So then I finished the composition. So the Dahlia in Chinese means 大礼花. So I'm going to write it on the side.
What's the literal translation of each character?
The first one means big. The second one, li, means miles. And then the third one with flower. And then that means that this flower really flows outside.